up was on the outside of Quincy, and yeah, there were farms all around. I don't think I would have even known what horticulture was if I didn't have the classes and the support that I did in high school. So I was glad that like ag classes and FFA kind of showed me the way. I probably would have tried a different career if it wasn't for that high school foundation. I don't think I was absolutely certain when I was maybe a freshman or sophomore. I knew I liked talking to people, and I was in ag class as a freshman as well. I was involved in FFA at my school. So I was just like trying to figure stuff out and just like see what I liked. But by the end of high school, I kind of pinpointed that like I liked plants. I did some like contests in high school with FFA, and I also had a SAE, supervised agriculture experience, where my brothers and we ran a lawn and landscape company. So I figured out I liked ornamental plants. I liked flowers, trees, and shrubs. And so that's how I decided to study horticulture in college. You know, in high school, some things started to click. As I mentioned, I did like horticulture contest in FFA, and I actually liked identifying plants and found out that I liked gardening and ornamental plants. So that got me into college. But even when I was in college, I studied horticulture, but I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to be a greenhouse grower or a landscape designer or what I wanted to do with plants. So I did some internships, and that definitely helped me figure out like what I liked, what I didn't. And I actually interned for the company that I work for now. So that was really nice to just like test jobs out, you know, for just a summer, for just 3 months, and figure out, okay, these things I really enjoy and could see myself doing. And then like these things, maybe I definitely don't want to do that for the rest of my life. As a product development manager, most of my peers have at least a bachelor's degree in plant science or in horticulture or a related discipline. Some of them come from other industries. They don't necessarily come from horticulture, but I think everyone on my team at least has a bachelor's degree from a four-year degree. I, on top of that, also have a master's degree in horticulture from Iowa State University. So that, you know, and that benefits me in my job, and the fact that I learned how to conduct research and execute projects, and then also kind of communicate science with others. So while I have those 2 degrees, I think you could certainly be a product development manager with maybe a 4-year bachelor's degree and maybe some experience in the industry. Yeah, we're a fairly big company. So just at Pan American Seed alone, we have, you know, a couple thousand employees. So there's people who do breeding and new research and development, kind of like that's the division I'm in. Whereas we have people that do more sales or customer service. We have a component that does operations and production of our seeds. A lot of that is done offshores. We have sales and marketing. So there's like a lot of different types of jobs. We have greenhouse growers. So a variety of different careers, but just even within product management, we have different tiers. So we have like a director of product development. I'm a product development manager. Before that, I was an associate product development manager. So definitely different branches, different ways you can go. And that's another cool thing. You can just get in within the company. And if you decide that this job isn't the best fit for you, you can always like, you know, they're open to you trialing different types of things within the company to see what fits well for you. So my regular day, it kind of looks different every day of the week and at different times of the year. So I do spend some time here in the office. I work at a facility in Elburn, Illinois, where the breeders are here. And so we've got greenhouses, but then we also do field trials where we're trialing plants outside and looking at those trials. So I spend a lot of my time here, and some of it's like out in the greenhouse, out in the field, looking at plants. And some of it's just here, you know, behind the desk, doing administrative type stuff, coordination and meetings. But then we're a global company. So we have production facilities in Costa Rica and Guatemala, Chile, China, the Netherlands. So I sometimes have to go visit these facilities, or to visit our growers, to work with my breeding teams and things like that. So my job is about 30% travel. So that's me getting on an airplane and either, traveling to other countries or other places here in the United States. Usually I'm going and I'm looking at trials and I'm gathering data. Usually I'm taking a lot of photos of plants, and then also like having meetings with my team when they're there. So the folks that I work with virtually, usually I get to go see them in person. And so like last month I was in Costa Rica, and so we were walking around looking at trials. I was taking data, taking photos. We're making decisions together and having meetings. But I usually try to make the most of my time because it's kind of expensive to travel. So got to make sure that when I do travel that I have a good reason to go. Day I get in at like 8 a.m. and then I'm done by about 4:30 in the afternoon. So that's just like a regular day when I'm here in the office. And that's like Monday through Friday. I don't work on weekends. But occasionally when I do travel, that becomes flexible, right? I might have to get on a plane at 6 o'clock in the morning, or a flight might be on a weekend. So sometimes I have to be flexible with there. But for the most part, 8 in the morning to 4:30 in the evening. So sometimes we're traveling to events to present our new varieties. So that'll actually happen. I'm going next week to an event in California where we're going to be like presenting our ideas to customers and stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a piece of that. And I feel empowered by that, right? That I'm fairly young in this industry. I'm only 27. So the fact that like they listen and care about what I have to say and are valuing what I'm presenting, like that certainly feels good. So the one beauty of my job is that I kind of get to make my own schedule. And sure, there's like things that I definitely need to be at, either like events or meetings, but in the in-between time, like I make my own day. There's not someone who's telling me like what I need to be doing every hour of the day. So that's really nice. I was used to jobs in high school and in college where like I was told what I should be doing every hour of the day. So this is nice. I feel like I have some freedom, and as you mentioned, it's got some chill vibe to it. But there is a lot of times where I'm in meetings or I'm presenting, so I do need to be like on, But there's other jobs at our company where if you don't want to present in front of people or have to be like in the limelight all the time, you can do that, right? Being a breeder or a breeder technician or a grower, if you don't like being in front of people, then like there's great jobs, opportunities to do that too, right? You can kind of do your own thing, just be with plants or just be outside if that's what you enjoy. So there's options, but I would say my job definitely is a bit chill in that nature. Yeah, I would say most favorite part of my job is like number one, like just getting to work with plants and see cool plants because we're developing new varieties. So there's always like exciting and different stuff coming out. So just like checking out plants is great. And I get to travel. So the fact that 2 years ago, before I had this job, I had never been to Costa Rica or the Netherlands. And this job allows me to travel to some fun places and see some cool things. And then just the people I work with. In this job as product manager, we work with a lot of different teams. So I've got to learn a lot about my teammates that live in other countries, or even my team right here at our facility. There's some cool and very talented people that are good at what they do. So I'd say like that's what I really enjoy about my job. The least favorite part about my job is like making tough decisions. As product managers, we are the ones that like at the end of the day, we have to make the tough decisions for our crops and our programs. So sometimes a plant breeder might have been working on a new variety for like 10 years and they put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears into these varieties, but sometimes it just doesn't work in our programs. So sometimes I have to be the one to say, oh, nope, we're gonna drop that. Like it's not worth it. Or I have to like remove things from our assortment and take it out of the catalog. So having to make those tough decisions is sometimes not, it's important, but it's not fun. Rough range. So my salary sits between like 65,000 to 70,000. Oh yeah, definitely there's room to grow. So I've only been here it'll be 2 years in May. And I've actually kind of like had 2 promotions already. So I came in as a management trainee, and I was supposed to like rotate through a couple different divisions in our company. But there was a position that opened up as an associate product manager. So that seemed attractive to me. So I applied and got that role. And then after kind of like proving myself as an associate, I was then promoted to full product development manager. So I've been in this role for just a couple of months now, and it's going well. But like, you know, there's still room for upward mobility or even like lateral movement. If I wanted to be a product manager at another division of our company, or eventually work up to product development manager, there's definitely like other opportunities in the company and room for growth, which was important to me. As a young person, you want to, you know, maybe not necessarily stay in the same exact position for your whole career. So you just got to try stuff. And I know that doesn't sound fun. I know you kind of want all the answers and have it all figured out right now. But I think if you just put yourself out there and just try, you know, part-time jobs, or try internships, or go to conferences and events, and you'll figure out what you like and what you don't like. I did 4 different internships while I was in college. So I did an internship with like a landscape company. I did an internship with landscape design. I did an internship at a public garden, and then I did this internship at the company I'm with now. And so I got to find out like, oh, these, you know, I thought I maybe wanted to be a landscape designer, but this is the part of landscape design that I didn't really like. Or I thought I wanted to maybe work in public gardens, but these are maybe some of the give and take of working for public gardens. So, and internships and like part-time jobs, they're not a huge commitment, right? You don't have to do them forever. So what was so cool about them is I got to, you know, trial them for just a summer and do it for a couple months. And also with my internships, I got to live in different parts of the United States. I had internships in Minneapolis and in Chicagoland and in Boston. So I got to sample not only a job, but sample a place to live and do it for just a, you know, not that much of a commitment. So just go try stuff and find out, more importantly than what you like, find out what you don't like, and make sure you're not going to do that the rest of your life.